is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Director of Football Non-League to Legend. As you can see from the league table here, we've had a dip in form. It's not gone well. We've had 4 defeats. We're now 9 points behind Man United. Not ideal. So since you were last with us, it was in the Valencia-Bournemouth games. We beat Wolves 5-1. Fairly easy game. Bobby Firmino with 2 goals. Then we got absolutely beaten to a pulp by Chelsea. It was not even close. 2-2 draw with Valencia was me. Swansea or Southampton 5-1 was fine. Then 14 minutes into the game it was 2-2. And for pretty much the rest of the game, Huddersfield were on top. We had such a weird game where we started really well and then we were really, really poor. Then against Copenhagen, we won 3-0. Omar Benanuya banged in a hat-trick. He's been in fantastic form. He's now wanted by Barcelona. He was like 4th choice striker at the start of the season. He's the top scorer by a distance. By far and away the best player. Week in, week out. So yeah, we probably won't have him for much longer. Then we absolutely destroyed Palace. Julian Beltran finally scored a goal. So I decided to give him the chance against Everton and we were destroyed. The what's his name? Neira picked up an injury, so he couldn't play against Everton. So Oliver Bowman played. As you can see, he scored an own goal. He technically, I'm going to say he wasn't at fault because Paulo Rosso absolutely hammered the ball off him, trying to clear the ball away. It bounced off him, went into the back of the net. They gave it as an own goal. I was disgusted. So as I said, we're playing Swansea today, and then we're going to play our final group game against BAYER Leverkusen. We are already guaranteed to qualify. I just realised I am very, very bright. It's quite sunny outside while I'm recording this. So yeah, we also drew Stoke and Luton in the cups. I don't know if you were there or if I showed you that already. Pretty sure I didn't show you the Stoke one. I'm pretty sure that happened recently. But yeah, the Champions League game, it's just a case of whether we're going to finish top or if we're going to finish second. So this is the team that we're going to put out for today's game against Swansea. The team did not play well last time, so I'm actually going to put Lamar in for Bobby Firmino because he didn't play that well in the last game. So for today we have Neira Cancelo at right back, who's had several offers from Real Madrid for him. The Director of Football keeps rejecting them. I've made it fairly clear I don't want Cancelo, but hello Theo. We have Orlov at left back because in the last game Andy Robertson played terribly. Virgil van Dijk because Joe Gomez played the last game. He was shocking. Carlos alongside him. We've Naby Keita because Paulo Rosso played so poorly in the last game. Dalanas is coming back from injury, so I'm just going to leave him rest for this game, basically. Going to give him the game off. He's going to play the Champions League. Alongside him is Kovacic. Then we have Chiesa, Lamar and Soler because Chitrich was the worst player on the pitch in the last game. And we are going to put Beltran up front because I'm kind of hoping that he scores a goal. Basically. That's the only reason I brought him on against Palace, was because I wanted him to score, and he did. Soler has been in relatively good form this year and not been given too many opportunities. He did score a hat-trick in that one game. But we have Curtis Jones playing against us today, which is interesting. Just stop at my keyboard here. Yeah, we definitely have to improve. Yeah, definitely expect a better performance couple of players, pick up where you left off. You did well in the last time you played. We'll shake it off and turn around today. Being rested. Complete faith in him. There's work still going on next door. But they were literally working almost constantly. So I can't kind of can't just go like, oh, I'm not going to record now, because they will literally start at like 8 in the morning and they keep working until like nearly 10 o'clock at night. So I'm just going to record. I have been toying with the idea of retraining Beltran as a box-to-box midfielder, because he's got all the attributes you need and he's not very good at scoring goals, which I find mind-boggling, because he has all the attributes to be an absolute elite striker. But I'm thinking about moving him back to box, a bit like Lollujo did when he was managing Tottenham, and he took that world-class wonderkid striker from Leeds and made him a box-to-box midfielder, or just a midfielder. And Virgil van Dijk just puts it wide. I think he's probably more suited to it, and it might even help with his inability to score goals, which has been, frustrating to say the least. And especially with Benayuna playing really well. Speak of the devil. Julian Beltran, second league goal of the season, fourth goal in total. 4 goals for a striker at this stage of the season. Not what I'd call, prolific. That's the second time he's scored in the league now from a header, from a corner. So he can score from headers and corners, but he can't seem to score with his foot. Can he do it again? Lamar whips it in. No, doesn't make it to him, but Chiesa picks it up. Oh, I've moved Chiesa from winger on attack to winger on support to see will that get him more involved, because he's a very kind of hit and miss kind of player. It doesn't seem to be working right now, but every time the ball goes near him, I'm a little bit like, oh, what do I do? I am scared. It's Bobby Firmino and Lamar seem to do really well when they're kind of rotated between each other. So like Firmino will play some games and he's really good in those games, but then he's terrible in the next game. So I'm going between, like, swapping between the two to try and keep the two of them on form, I suppose. And to be fair, the Swansea team as well, just to go back to what we're actually doing here, it's not a bad team. Like, they have Papa Cech, Iwobi, Walker Peters. Like, they're not to be sniffed at. And they have Curtis Jones as well. Like, he's, as we all know, world class. But we sold him. Oh, Nera, just. Oh, that tea is still way too hot. Walker Peters, Virgil van Dijk clears it, and Kovacic gets tumbled by Papa Cech. Is that Everton's Tom Davies? Soler, who's been a little bit quiet in this game. Out to Cancelo. Runs in Chiesa. That's what I'm talking about. I was complaining, I think, in the last episode, about how Chicherich is really, like, anonymous in a lot of games. He has a bunch of assists I didn't realise. I was looking at the stats for each player during one of the games, or in between the last episode and this one, and he's he does not fuck around when it comes to assisting players. But yeah, I've been thinking maybe Beltran's probably more suited to box-to-box midfielder rather than a striker. just based purely on the fact that he's never been that good at scoring goals. I think box to box would probably suit him more. So, yeah, I am far from pleased. Because like if you look at his stats, like his finishing is 16, but he just does not seem to be able to score a goal. But if you move him back here and you look at what you need for box to box, like his long shots are, but he's still got the acceleration, good balance, really good pace, really good stamina, decent strength. His positioning is a bit meh, but like he's got really good. He has everything to be a really, really, really good striker. Apart from the fact that he doesn't like scoring goals. You know? And because of the fact that he doesn't like scoring goals, it's giving him bad ratings. Therefore, it's making me less. Like, because we spend so much money on him, all I want to do, I just want to play him. Like, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, well, I just have to play him. But I'm going to put Chiesa on to attack, actually, for this second half. I'm hoping that this game, if Cancelo continues playing well, that it might make Real Madrid want to pay more for him, or at least meet whatever my director of football thinks he's worth. Because as it is, he's just going to keep rejecting offers. Beltran? Offside, of course. Are we going to go to the TV? No, the referee blew for offside. But I think it's probably something I might try for the next couple of months if we don't bring in a new central midfielder. I might throw Beltran's training to box to box and start playing him in midfield and see, does that make a difference to his ability. Orlov with the cheeky little heel, back heel. The back sideways heel. Naby Keita. Carlos. Naby Keita has also decided he wants to stay at the club, so that's always good. Beltran pops across to Chiesa. No, just over. Naby Keita's not playing well, so I could put Beltran into the box-to-box midfield position. Let's see how he does. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to see what he can do as the box-to-box. And I'm going to bring on Beniuna, because Beniuna scores goals. And that makes me happy. Mikel Soler has been disappointing. So I'm going to bring on Silva on the left wing, because Beniuna, as we all know, scores goals. Even though he's probably got the worst finishing of my 4 strikers. My 4 kind of first choice, my 4 main strikers. Is the word I was trying to. I don't know. Mikel Soler. How does that not go down as a Soler assist? He tackled the defender and got the ball across to him. We have to watch this again and see how. Soler bombs forward, tackles Tom Davies. Yeah, he tackled him. Too bad that's the last thing he did before he came off. Silva's picked up a knock. A tight hamstring. Okay. Thomas Lemire is better on the wing, so I'll just make him an inside forward. Yes. I'm gonna make you an Gosh. No, actually I'm going to leave you as an attacking midfielder, but I'm going to put you on attack. Attack! I took off the striker to bring on a striker in the attacking midfield position. I hope that injury's not I don't expect that injury to be too bad. Like it is. Was it a bruised thigh? Iwobi's picked up a knock now as well. So I'm not sure. It shouldn't be too bad of an injury, to be fair. Beltran. Oh. Orlov. Orlov has definitely been the... I'm not going to say surprise, because he's a very good player. But he's been the one that I didn't expect him to play as well. Andy Robertson hadn't picked up a knock at the start of the season. No doubt he would have been starting left back. But he didn't. Or he did pick up an injury. Kerr is after finding a fly. Now he's running around. Okay, now he's given up. He was running around chasing said fly. Okay, so that's 2 days. It's not that bad. Chiesa, you are fantastic. So we're going to be back for the final game of the Champions League group against Bayer Leverkusen. So I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, fellas, we are back for the final group game in the Champions League. As you can see, I've fiddled with my my settings a little bit, so I'm a little less ghostly. We've made a couple of changes for this game. What changes are they? Benny Yuna has gone back up front. Beltran comes in at the box-to-box position because I want to see if he can do it. Naby Keita drops out of the team completely. Do I start Lamar or do I put Bobby Firmino in? Chitrich is back because Soler is unregistered. Bendetti is fit enough to sit on the bench. Sorry, Lascales, you are not in the team today. I have also I've also brought some of the youth players up to try and help with their development. Whoa, jeez, my green screen's acting crazy. So yeah, this is the team we're going to play with. Hopefully, we'll see how good Beltran does, because he's been very disappointing so far. But I have only played him as a striker to this point. So if he does better, then we know what we've done wrong. They've Lincoln up front. Ooh, I think that in the last game he played on the left wing. And they have Wagnerman as their right back. Oh, Wagnerman is a very good player. I remember he played well-ish in the first time we played them. Not quite as good as I was kind of expecting from a player of his quality. I don't care. So here is hoping that we can do the business. Arsenal somehow managed to top their group. So that was nice. They beat Porto 3-1, I think it was. And Marseille was the other team in their group. They played AEK 7-1. So that was interesting. I find it strange, well, in the pre-match build-up thing where it tells you what to expect from the team you're going to be playing. They have Lincoln playing as a pressing forward, so I'm assuming it's the gegenpress. But I don't know. I've always found that he's a very good complete forward or advanced forward. So the fact of playing him as a pressing forward is interesting. But then again, what do I know? See how some of the other groups are getting on. Juventus have walked their group. Barcelona might get knocked out. Hoffenheim. One of my strikers is on loan at Hoffenheim. So one of my strikers could be the reason that Barcelona get knocked out. Chelsea and that group. Schalke and Lazio are still duking it out for who's going to going to get into the next round, we are going to tell the lads to get creative because they are doing shit. Anderlecht. Oh, poor Anderlecht. That's a really difficult group to be in. Virgil van Dijk to Beltran. Whips it across to Church. You think he would have like cut back? You know, instead of just going, I'll whip it in, be grand. Lemaire whips it in. Too easy for the keeper. Too easy. I'd be very disappointed if we don't top the group now, because we've been on top like the majority of pretty much all of the group. Except for, I think it was the end of the first game when we drew. I cannot wait for the new goalkeeper to come along. Oh my god, my fingers. I cannot wait for the new goalkeeper to come along, and hopefully he'll be actual safe hands, because Neira is not very good when it comes to corners. Like, his command of area is 13. Communication is 30. I don't know. He's a good goalkeeper. I don't understand why he's so bad. Church struggling, Orlov struggling. My entire left side is having a bad game. My right side's not doing much better. The centre's not doing much better either. So yeah, I'm expect a much better showing in the second half. Alright, we're gonna do we play wider? Let's see if that works. See if that makes it. I'll stop distributing to the centre backs. Take short kicks. Yeah, we're gonna go back to what we used to do before and see if that makes a difference. I moved it back to central because we have so many good kind of central players, but at the same time we have really good wingers as well. Beltran. I feel like Benny is just kind of he's struggling, but it looks of it. Carlos to Chirich. Back to Orlov. Carlos. Orlov loses the ball, of course. Lincoln to Ferreira. I think he's up for the Portuguese Player of the Year, because Beniuna's going. Beniuna whips it across. Nobody is there. This is, the lads just aren't pushing forward enough. Ferreira is up for Portuguese Young Player of the Year. I only know that because Hugo Leal, I think his name is. He's a winger we own who's on loan at AC Milan. He's having a decent season, I think. Like, Milan aren't doing too bad in the Champions League, and he's been fairly important to them. Okay. Actually, haha. I forgot that I had this set. Yeah, leave him on goalkeeper because he is just god awful. And you go back to being a deep line playmaker. Do you know what? We're already getting smashed. Might as well just see what happens if we do all sorts of mad stuff. I can't believe we're getting beaten 4-1 of all the... Van Dijk's on a 6. Why is my green screen? Just, I don't care if players get sent off. I just want players to, Alright, Van Dijk's back up to a 6.3. Orlov's picked up a knock. Lower leg injury. Can't be that bad. Bruce Shin. He's fine. Well, this has just not gone at all as expected or hoped. Carlos clears it. Kraus. Five 0. It's not the one, Chief. This is not the one. Might as well just go very attacking. Push forward. Why is my green screen acting up now? Whatever. Three of my defenders who are playing terribly are frustrated. I don't care. You see, I don't care. It's just been... I think 5-0 is the worst result I've had in this series total. Like in every single one of my clubs up to this point. I think 5-0 is the biggest defeat we've had. That was awful. Yeah, humiliation. 12 matches without scoring. He has been very disappointing. 10 games and 1 goal. Alright, so we do get through. The board are still more or less happy with me. We will jump ahead to... I'll skip... Where's the draw for the Champions League on? What I'll do is I'll bring you back for the draw for the next round. Hopefully. I'm assuming it's going to be like tomorrow or the day after. While I'm doing that, so I'm going to have a look at my green screen because every time I move, it's freaking out. So, see you guys in just a second. Alright, fellas, so we have the Champions League first knockout round draw. And let's see who we could... Alright, so we are unseeded. Fan Debbie fucking Dulce. No. I don't want to play any of them. To be honest, there's no easy draws. Alright, we're first out. Arsenal. Real Madrid. Of course. So let's see. Marseille got United, Lazio, Bayern, Milan, Man City, Sporting against BAYER, Hoffenheim, Arsenal, PSG against Chelsea, and Monaco got Juventus. Very interesting. I don't know how I rate our chances. Hopefully not. They're only second in the league. Behind Valencia. Okay. Did not expect to see Valencia atop the league. Still have Courtois in goal. It's a relatively aging side, to be honest. Like Courtois, Rugani, Guerrero, Fabinho, who'll be coming back to Liverpool after his move in the summer. Toni Kroos. Sadio Mane, who'd be going back again. Inaki Williams. Ricardo Rodriguez. Tolisso. Like there's Isco, Carvalho, Mariano, James. James is still... I'd say you're not happy. How long have you been... He's actually been playing as well. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Went on loan to Zenit. Played 7 games. That's how you know you're not doing very well. So yeah, let's have Scancy Doodly Doo. 11th of February. Ah, they're here. Haha. So yeah, I suppose we come back for the... It's got to be Manchester United, Real Madrid. Like, that's a rather important 2 games there. And then Real Madrid, Chelsea. Like, they just put the Champions League games right next to, you know, super important games. And then we play Southampton the game after. Shane Long. So, okay, that's fine. Since the Bayern game, we did play Brighton 1-5-2. It was fine. Giovanni Simeone scored the weirdest goal. Shane Duffy punted it forward, and my defenders all just stood in a line and just went, now. And he just ran past, and then the goalkeeper just stood there and did nothing. So that was fun. Anyway, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. Blah, 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 blah. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!